What's up, everybody? It's Hater here. We got yet another video of me keeping track of profits, pretty much. So this is, as everybody's done, the shape vault, and it's another 30. I don't know why 30 just tends to be a good number for me, I guess. I don't know. I've already done most of the math on this one, and on this I was using my Windripper setup as usual, and then I was doing 20% shaped vaults and bloodlines, which in the long run I think was a mistake, but we'll talk about that later. And it was fully sextant blocked. I got here, obviously got my full block here, a little OD over here, but whatever. Got rid of this with the elder and stuff just because these are impossible to find. So what we got after doing all the sextants, the rerolls. The rerolls were actually quite neat. I didn't have to reroll any of the reds out of the 10 times that we ran, so all 10 of them rolled good, which was cool. Block working well, at least. The yellows I did reroll 12 times, coming to a total of 60C. And the sextants altogether 420. The maps 495. That's including the map, the chisel, and the bloodlines, and then the alk and the scours for the maps. I kept track of as well, specifically for each 3 that I did at a time. So that was 31C, coming to about 946C investment on this one, which is huge. I didn't actually realize that. I must have had a bunch of currency coming in as I was spending it, so, but it ends up working out. What we have at the end here is a whole ass load of jewelers because of the 6 sockets as usual. 52 chaos worth, fusings 26 chaos worth, alts 16 chaos worth, chisels 23, alex 10, chances 12, chromie 16, straight chaos. We got 47, which I did not add to this, so that's more profit there. That's why we double check. There we go. Alright, yeah, so 47 chaos. Where was I? 25C worth of veil. About 16 chaos worth of gem cutters, about 7 chaos worth of regals, 11 chaos worth of regrets, and then the miscellaneous, the scours, this blessings, baubles, about 12 chaos worth. And then you got the white the white sextants, the yellow sextants, and the red sextants here, which 16C for the white, 10 for the yellow, 36 for the red. Altogether, all said and done, raw currency 345 chaos. What do we got here? We got ourselves a sale. So that's the other thing that I did that I don't normally do, is I sold everything as I was going. Also, I was taking from the stash as I went, and I kept track of all that stuff. I'll go over that also as well after the sale. Here, invite him. Nope, doesn't want it. Alright. We'll get it. Hold on. So anyways, back to this. Like I was saying, I was taking and selling things as I went, because I did run short on chaos. I started getting low after investing a bunch into divines, because you know they like double from abyss to standard, or when I bought them at least. And so I ended up taking a bunch of maps, you know, as I'm running them, yellow and red sextants as I'm going. altogether, 16 maps were taken. 9 yellows and looks like 13 red sections taken out of there. Anything else was purchased that I used, but those were, you know, I was running low, and so I grabbed them and used them. Altogether, that's 315 chaos for all of that. And then I sold 2 Poor Joys dropped, which is cool. A Minotaur map, a Phoenix map, and a Shimmer map. And then I had a mirrored Minotaur map drop for me, which I'm not gonna try to sell, so I just ran it and sold the fragment for 16. For all of those, it's 121 chaos. Altogether for selling and taking, 436 chaos. So if you put, oh, and then can't forget this, maps. We got these. Everything's going down a bit when it comes to these lower ones. I didn't even keep the white ones. Told you. I didn't even keep the white ones. It wasn't enough that dropped. Each inventory might have 1 or 2 every time for every map. So, and it wouldn't have been worth it, just a waste of space. So I kept the anything 6 and up. And as I calculated these, I did 6s and 7s at 0.5, 8s and 8s, except for these, because Burial Chambers is a super outlier. And calculated them as such. Yeah, this was 0.8 all the way down through here, because I didn't get anything really good here. And then for the 10s, I did about the same. I would just look and I see what I had. If I had any outliers, I pulled them out. But for the most part, 9s and 10s are about 0.8. Same with the 7s. It's all averaged in there, anywhere from 0.5 to 1 chaos per. These are like 2.5. That's why they're super outliers. We got for T11s here, I had a super split, because that's when things really start to get mixed up. These are only a chaos. These are 2. So I split those and calculated those out as such. And then same thing here. 12s are about the same price as 11s. It seems so. Calculated that. And then the 13s I actually went through specifically, because those are all different. Now go anywhere from 1 is a real bad one, and to, you know, then just jumps 3 to 5, anywhere from 3 to 5 really. So I could put it at 4, but I feel like that would skew it too much. So and then we got the Olmecs for a chaos apiece, and remaining vaults, which is what I wanted to get to about the bloodlines, what I said earlier. So I had, what's this guy want? Now turn on do not disturb. Sorry about that. We got the vaults here. It's 11 of them for 32 chaos worth. Vaults are going for 12 right now. Shape vaults are. And so altogether the map's 279 chaos worth. When you add the raw currency, the maps, and then anything I sold or took, we got 1,013 chaos, which is already more than we invested, which was 946. And that we haven't even gotten into the big money here. I had 2 exalts drop for me, 15 hoarders, and 4 abandoned wealth. I'm always missing 1. But what's funny is I got 4 abandoned wealth from 100 of the vaults in one of my previous videos, if you watch. So it's obviously going to be a big difference for the 5 tiers that you get from shaping the vault. So we got the X here is 182. They're going for 91 apiece right now. The cards, these altogether I calculated as 241 chaos, or yeah, 241 chaos, and that's taking what they would be in exile, because I'm not going to actually sell. I'm going to be running more of these and finishing the stacks and getting the full worth out of them. I got one Valley at 5C. It's not worth anything. You know, maybe at half a chaos here. We don't really care. And then I'm going to turn these in right now, because you can't really calculate those at all without turning them in, because there's, you know, it could be worth nothing, it could be worth 20, it just depends. And then we got Red Map for 5. You know, these, there might be a couple chaos or 2, 3, whatever in here, but I never calculate that. So I'm not gonna turn in my hoarders, I don't think. Save those, because I am gonna keep running these. Like I said, the bloodlines. So I got this many maps dropped from 2 maps that I ran without bloodlines on it, and I think that has to do with this. I think the quantity is making more shape vaults drop, and when I add more magic monsters with bloodlines, it's I don't know if that's true. Maybe, I don't know, but that's what it seems like. It could have just been a coincidence, but I don't think so, because I was not being able to keep up before running bloodlines on all of them. And I ran the last couple without, and I calculated that in. Not on purpose, it was just kind of on accident, forgot to put it on there, and ended up with a lot more. So that's why I'm going to run, I think, 30 more without bloodlines. I'm not going to do any sort of Xana mod, just because Beyond is kind of a bitch. I end up dying sometimes, and it just ends up taking longer. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Let's do this. We got Lip Card. What do we got? Nothing good here. What do we got? Nope. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. A 7th of 3 chaos. Lover. Look at that. I never expect anything. I don't think I've ever gotten a good card from that. Now these I do get good stuff from sometimes. Not looking so this time. Alright, let's see if we can get something fancy out of this. We're looking for steel rings or opal rings here. T-shirt. Definitely not gold rings or sapphire rings. Suds. Diamonds aren't too bad, but I have a couple of them sitting there waiting. I get nothing, so that's why I don't calculate it, because we've literally got nothing. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't think that's worth anything. Neither of those are. Let's see, I got Ninja over here. Carolina. 2, 3, 1, 5, 11. I've had 11 chaos out of all those cards. These are, I DM, but I can almost guarantee they're gonna be trash, because that's just what happens. Add like another stat and make that not an iron ring. Accuracy is low. Yeah. Not great, but could be usable at least. Told you it's nothing really even that close. That's kind of stretching. Oh, I gotta go back here. Just gonna throw these into my. And I be doing a photo, kind of just making out what this all ended up being. Photo with numbers and set in stone eventually. I have another one I have to do as well, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think that's it. That's what I wanted to go over. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, follow, that'd be great. It'll be on YouTube, Twitch, follow me live. Hopefully see you guys later. As I was clipping the video, that I never went over the actual grand total that I got here. So we knew 946 invested, 113 total from raw maps and what I sold. The exalts and cards altogether ended up being 440 added up, 1453 total accrued, and then subtract the 946 invested, you end up with 507 chaos. It took, I don't know, anywhere, it just really depends. In this Abyss League with the Abysses, you go down how many rifts it's gonna have, so I don't know, anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes. Calculate 5.5. Do that right now. Ends up being 2 3/4 hours. So 507 divided by that is a lot. 184 point whatever chaos an hour. Rough. Probably not. Maybe it took me longer. I ran these in a couple days. It really doesn't take long. This is by far the most profitable thing that I've done yet, and what I will continue to do, and probably what I will do next season, because I didn't burn out on it this season yet. So I just wanted to give you the full results.